The beating heart of West Africa, where the energy is electric and the stakes couldn't be higher. We're courtside at the Palais des Sports in the center of the largest city in Côte d'Ivoire on the south of the Atlantic Ocean. It is the 29th edition of the FIBA Women's AfroBasket. And looking at the fixtures here today on day one, Senegal come up against Guinea, Nigeria will take on Rwanda, and Côte d'Ivoire, the hosts, will be up against Egypt before the last game of the day as Mali take on South Sudan at 9:30 p.m. local time. Well, the drums are loud, the fans are on their feet, and the stage is set for what promises to be a memorable basketball tournament. And here is Group C with Senegal, Uganda, and Guinea that will be battling for a place in the knockout stages. The fans are here. They're starting to walk into the Palais des Sports here in Abidjan, in Côte d'Ivoire. And you can see the beautiful arena where all of the action will be taking place here today. The fans are ready, and that is the Guinea team trying to get ready, just getting in all those tactics. They've been preparing and waiting for this moment as we prepare to go into a proper West African derby. Two teams that understand each other. They have a great history between themselves and just ready to fight for that African title. Now, Senegal, of course, the most decorated team on the African continent, some familiar faces in there that are ready to start yet another journey and battle to find an African title. Here it is with Guinea, obviously not so far from where the country is. There's a huge Guinean community here in Abidjan. The fans, they've come out strong. And of course, Senegal, they've been preparing in Dakar, just waiting for yet another opportunity to shine on the African continent. The stage is set here, and we'll be bringing you all the live action. Asha Komgisha here, and I'm sitting next to basketball royalty, Ife Ibekwa, former Nigerian international. Welcome, and how are you feeling?
Thank you, I'm so excited to be here. It's been a journey to come here, and it's been amazing. The energies are high, like you said, and I can't wait to see everybody today.
Well, you've played against these teams, and you know a thing or two about them. But obviously, what are you looking to the most, Ife Ibekwe?
I'm just looking for everyone to come out here and play hard. I mean, I know all these teams because I played in previous years here, but it's going to be amazing.
Well, like you said, Ife, just incredible to be here watching creme de la creme on the African continent. Should be amazing basketball that we get started with. And of course, the West African Derby, like we already said, just gives us an opportunity here to, of course, introduce these two teams, the players and the referees. Nadej Anez Zuzu, who is Ivorian, she's in front of our home crowd. What an honor it is for her to be in charge of this game. Sati Lifor from Namibia, Aya Ahmed from Egypt, very seasoned referees who have so much experience on the African continent. Well, there you go, of course, with the poster girl of this team, Yassine Diop, Senegal, Mathilde, and just players who love to represent their countries and be ready to fight for honors. Équipe nationale de la Guinée, numéro 1, Fatoumata Chalo, la capitaine. Numéro 2, Nana Souba. Numéro 4, Well, there it is with well, there it is, the player introductions. Guinea, of course, trying to fight for the pride of their nation. Fatoumata Jallow, Nana Suma, Catherine Keita, Maseni Kaba, Aisha Mara, Fatima Sako, Salimatu Sila, Batuli Kamara, Nafisatu Jack, Fanta Sidibe, and Sarah Tohonat. And of course, the head coach, Malik Kone from Guinea, and Ibrahima Toure, who will be the assistant coach. The Senegalese fans have been walking into this arena, just trying to get set for the action. And as we see the introduction here of the Senegalese team, Nene Njai, Victorian Cho, Sierra Dilla, Khadija Faye, Njoma Kane, Matilde Job, Yassine Job was the captain of this team, Fatou Poy, Kadidiatu Sarr, Majgane Sene, Sokna Njai, and Lena Timera. She's been impressive, of course, in the preparation for this competition, and will be finally happy to represent her nation. Otis Hewley, who obviously won this competition, the FIBA Women's AfroBasket with Nigeria, now wearing different colors in green and yellow for Senegal.
Singo Nadej, assisté de Sarti et Aya Khaled. On va vous demander de vous lever pour l'hymne national de la Guinée. Et maintenant, l'hymne national du Sénégal.
Well, there it is. The national anthems are done. It's time to get set for all of the action. You can see the sportswomanship and sportsmanship between these two teams and how and what it means for them. The referees obviously here for today, Nadej Zuzu from Cote d'Ivoire, she's at home. Sati Ulifwa from Namibia and Aya Ahmed from Egypt will be the referees of this game, this West African derby. And Ifi, what are your expectations here today?
Guinea, I mean, they're a team that is returning some of the starters and some of the players since 2023. So they have played together. This is their 10th appearance in women's AfroBasket. So I definitely think that Kaba, number 5, she's going to step up, and Jalo, number 1, who is the captain, is going to be the force of this team. They're going to be the ones to set the pace. You can see her right now on the screen, just shooting her shot. So look for them to start the pace.
Let's look at the starting 5 here, Ifi.
Yeah, you have Jalo, Suman, Kaba, Mada, and Kamara. And, you know, strong starting 5. They are the same 5 that was at the last AfroBasket. So I do think they have that veteran poise to come out and, you know, set the tone.
Yeah, absolutely. And what role does it play that these two teams obviously know and understand each other? And what do you expect Malik Kone to do here to help Guinea beat this Senegalese side?
I mean, it's the first game, so you know you got to get the jitters out, got to get your legs under you. You've traveled here, so I think it's just going to be a game where he's going to say, just play, just play.
Yeah, and there it is, the starting 5 of Senegal, the most decorated team on the African continent.
I mean, Senegal has always been Senegal. They finished 2nd in the last AfroBasket, a fire team. New coach, Coach Otis, and he's known for defense. So I think that they're going to come out here and pressure. He was a coach for the Nigerian national team for some tournaments, and so I do think that he has embedded defense and getting up and putting that pressure, which Senegal is already known for. They're a big, long team. I know them very well, so they're just going to come out and play their game.
Yeah, the last time that Senegal played in the women's AfroBasket in Kigali 2 years ago, they lost to Uganda.
Yeah.
So what do you think he's telling them in terms of this is a do or die, every game matters?
I mean, they know they have 5 returners from the last AfroBasket, so they're going to come out here and play their game. They know how to play. They know their sets. They're a strong team. They've always been a strong team, and I do think that they know that every game matters because of that Uganda game.
Yeah, tactically speaking, what is the strength here for Guinea and what is the strength for Senegal?
The strength for Guinea, I believe, to get the ball in Kaba, make her be versatile in the beginning of the game. That's one of their starting post presence. And then Jalu, make sure she's coming off those screens and hitting her shots, attacking the basket. And that's what they need to do to get everybody to contribute while they're playing the game. And for Senegal, I mean, again, they are who they are. They're coming out, shaking hands, the ref's hands right now, and they just need to start well. And I do think it will start on defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, we have now the starting 5s from both of these teams, just waiting for the tip-off here and for the action inside the Palais des Sports. Well, there it is. Dilliard off. Gets the ball off from the tip-off there. Yassine Diop looking for options here on the best line. She gets the ball to Sene inside the paint, who turns around against Fatuli Kamara. Doesn't get the action.
And you're going to see Senegal put the ball into Senna. She's the biggest player on the court right now. They're going to give her the ball. She's going to have her opportunities to get some buckets.
Yeah, it doesn't amount to much there for Senegal, but Guinea with the ball possession. As you said, Kaba just looking for options on top of the key. First attempt, and Kaba gets the rebound, tries to get second chance points, but Sene ever present inside that Dilliard with the outlet, just trying to control the game as point guard there.
Again, the ball went into Senna. They're going to look for her. And I do want to point out Sierra Dillard. She is their nationalized player, and she can go when she wants to go.
Yeah, she's always showed that leadership in the way that she plays. Of course, she's very passionate. We've seen that so much throughout the last edition of this tournament in Kigali. As Jo Makane misses her shot attempt, and on the other side gets involved on defense, trying to block Kaba. The ball possession goes back to Guinea.
Even though Kaba just got blocked, that full court, like, driving to the hole, that's what she's going to do this whole tournament.
Yeah, she's very athletic, and of course trying to show her footprint on this team. Sene with the rebound there, gets it to Diliad. Diliad looking for options, finds the Sinjop for the first points of this game. Captain Fantastic, the poster girl of the Senegalese side. And first points there for Guinea as well. Nana Suma.
You can see right now the defense is on high on both ends of the floor. When Diop just made that layup, what did they do? Full court pressure, and I knew that they were going to do that because that's one of the things that are in the DNA and the coaching style of Coach Otis.
Yeah, 90 seconds into the game there, Ifi, as Diliad tries to attempt the ball, but Guinea get the possession. Well, sometimes people will speak to the physicality of these two teams. What have you seen so far in the opening 2 minutes?
I mean, they've been up on each other on that on defense, and that's just how AfroBasket style is. It's a very defensive game, and so that's exactly what we're going to see. We're going to see bodies fly on the floor. We're going to see steals. We're going to see blocks. It's about defense.
Kane literally gets to the ground there with Jallo. No hard feelings, just basketball.
It's just basketball.
And Guinea still with ball possession there as Kaba looks for options. Gets the ball to Batuli Kamara. Kamara on top of the key. Tries to find Suma. And Senegal regain the ball possession. Diliad finds Kane, who drives into the paint. And Sokna Njai just getting herself there and the ball to Kane.
They're in a 1-2-1-1 right now. Defense, after they have scored, they're going to get up and press. But one thing about offense for Senegal, they're going to push the basketball off of a turnover or a missed shot. They're going to push it. So Guinea needs to stop the ball in transition and get back on defense.
Well, you spoke about defense. Here we go with a full court press from Senegal as they try to get the ball down. But Diliad with the steal. Jallo fouls, and that's her first in this game. That should be a bit of a worry there for Guinea.
Yeah, they don't need Jallo in foul trouble because she is one of the greater guards on Guinea right now. And I do think that she's using that energy to, you know, create something, but she needs to be very aware of being in foul.
Right, Kane inbounds the ball, gets it to Diliad. Guinea look to be playing a zonal defense. What do you think about that?
I mean, you could see the size difference from Guinea and Senegal, and I do think that's the best chance for Guinea being in a zone.
Yeah, there it is. Second straight basket there from Kane. And transitional offense there from Guinea. Jallo from the top of the key tries to attempt for a three-pointer, doesn't make it. And Senegal regain the ball possession.
I do think Guinea needs to slow down. They're being pressed. If you break the press, you should have a free layup, an open layup. But I think they're a little bit, you know, tentative and, you know, scared kind of Senegal. But they're a team that needs to get in their rhythm, and they will get in the rhythm with time. Those players stepping up like Kaba and Jallo will just relax the rest of the players to play well.
Yeah, absolutely. Senegal, of course, they know that they come into this fixture as the favorites to win, but a derby is a derby. As Kane looks for options there on the inbound, gets the ball to Yassine Diop, who attempts a jumper, doesn't make it. Guinea regain the ball possession. Jallo trying to help the team breathe. It's kind of like if they had your advice.
Or maybe I just know the game of basketball, you know? But I do think Guinea needs to attack the basket. That's one thing about Senegal. They are big, they are long, but if you give them a fake left and go right and attack the basket, they will get to the free throw line because Senegal will end up fouling. So it's just sometimes it's hard when you're around and you get being defended by a bigger player with long arms. It's like you can't really see the basket, but you know if you go downhill, you're going to get the foul. You're going to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, we have the first substitution on the floor. Khadija Faye replacing Sene. Of course, she's camped through the youth structures in Senegal and just getting minutes here at the FIBA Women's AfroBasket. Batuli gets the ball there to Aisha Mara. Stolen. Kane with an opportunity to make it 6 points for her already in this game, and 6 of 8 of Senegal's points.
Yeah, Kane, she's a great player.
Yep, here we go. Mara just looking to drive into the paint there.
And what did I just say? When you attack the basket, they're going to foul, and you're going to be rewarded and go to the free throw line. You see Mara just going strong at a Senegalese jersey, and now she will be able to shoot her 2 free throws.
Yeah, let's look at the replay there. Kane, of course, contributing on defense, just being impressive there and scoring. And just doing a good job. But you spoke about Guinea needing to continuously attack that paint, and now they have their first points on the free throw line. But what has impressed you the most here from Guinea?
I mean, they're a team that will continue to play their basketball. No matter if they're high, no matter if they're low, they're going to continue to get to their spots. But they need to understand that Senegal is high hedging. When that's a high hedge, they need a player to run it to the top and make themselves visible to get that pass and get that open player. Because if there's 2 players on one, that means there's an open player. And if they could just see that, they could get another opportunity to score.
And here, Guinea putting pressure on Senegal. They get the ball possession from that almost full court press. Batuli Kamara with the ball behind the pass. Kamara trying to get the ball on the glass, but Senegal regained the ball possession. Dilied just looking for options there. Yassine Diop gets the ball to Dilied. Shakes. Doesn't get it. There we go, from the best line, Poye, finesse.
One of the shooters on Senegal, she will shoot her shot if she is wide open.
There's Kane, of course, continuing to be involved here on offense for Senegal. Dilied with the bounce pass there to Yassine Diop, who gets it to Poye, top of the key. Khadija Faye, Yassine Diop drives into the paint. Left hand and easy basket on the right.
I love that ball movement from Senegal. 4 people, 4 players touch the ball, and that's the kind of offense that you want.
There is the hassle that we've always seen between these 2 teams. Yeah. 13-4 with Senegal in the lead.
I mean, Guinea is playing well. They're getting opportunities. They're just not finishing. You can see here again, bodies will be flying this whole tournament because this is a defensive, 2 defensive teams.
Looking at the scoreline there, of course, we're halfway through the first quarter between these 2 incredible teams, and Guinea looking for the answers. If you were the coach, Kone, what would you say in that timeout?
Just relax, settle down. I know that we are trying to get our legs under us. This is the first game of the tournament. You're going to have those nerves and jitters. Just relax. You guys know how to play. We've been, practicing since before coming here. Just play your game and take your time when you're at the rim. And do what Kaba did. Attack the basket. She went to the free throw line.
Yeah, and looking at the numbers here,
Senegal's 1 for 3 on the 3-point line, but they're still going to be a team that shoots it, and Guinea is 0 for 2. So hopefully Diallo comes out of the game, and come out of the timeout and starts to set her feet and get those good looks for her.
Yeah, you spoke about the attacking the basket there for Guinea, and Kaba got that free trip to the charity line, made 2 for 2. That could be important for Guinea. They've scored just 4 points in 5 minutes here, Ify.
Yeah.
What can they do to turn things around? You've spoken about the need to relax, but also tactically, Senegal have made a couple of changes on the floor.
Honestly, I would get the ball to Kaba. Let her have her time to post up, have her 2 feet on the ground. They're going to collapse on her and make sure the guards are ready to shoot. Show your jersey, show your numbers to your teammate to let them know that, to let Kaba know you're open, and then be ready to shoot.
Yeah, here we go. We're back from that break. Jallo with the ball. Cho trying to stop her. Just gets the ball to the glass. Khadija Faye with the rebound. Looks for an outlet. The ball is almost stolen, but Cho finds it. And Nene gets it. Poye out to Cho. Timera steps on the line, and Guinea will be thankful for that pressure. Well, there it is, Guinea with the ball possession. There's a full court press from Senegal as they try to regain the ball. Sako with the attempt from the three-point line, doesn't land. And Senegal will regain the possession.
You got Victoria Thao having the ball. I played with her in France. She's a young player, and she's looking promising for the Senegalese national team. She has the ball right now, directing everybody left and right. She's a great attacker to the basket and a great facilitator, but that didn't happen. But she's going to be good, a good addition to Senegal.
Yeah, let's see what she can bring to this team. You spoke about Senegal coming in with 5 players from the last edition. They've been meaning to do a transition. Of course, we know names like Aya Toure, Astou Traoré, who you played against in the 2019 at home in Senegal. But now they're trying to bring in these new players and give them an opportunity to rebuild. And with that is a coach that you know very well, Coach Otis. What do you see right now in this Senegalese team that you remember from your playing days with him?
Full court pressure. That is one thing that we did, and he harped on full court pressure. Of course, our Nigerian national team at the time were able to, I remember guarding the point guard, so anybody was able to guard anybody or switch because we were long and athletic, and I see the same thing with Senegal, so I know that by the time this tournament ends, they're going to be on top.
Well, there it is. 2 points for Jallo, her first in this game, her first 2 points in this FIBA Women's AfroBasket. She finally gets onto the scoreboard, but still a low-scoring game for Guinea. They've just managed 6 points under 7 minutes.
They're going to have to be used to this pressure, because if they play Nigeria, Nigeria will pressure them as well, and Rwanda, and all the other teams. So this is actually, even though it's the first game for Guinea, like, this is actually good for them to see how this competition will carry on. And again, attacking the basket, trying to get to the line, and that's exactly what they did.
Well, it is a 12-team competition here, 3 teams in each group, and of course Uganda will be watching this game with close attention, trying to see how both of these teams are starting the tournament before they can play tomorrow. But still with Guinea, they're back on the free throw line, an opportunity to increase their score here. And Senegal are already in foul trouble. How much of an impact is that if going forward?
They have to see that that's a great factor for Guinea right now. If Senegal is in foul trouble, which they are, continue to tap the basket. For the next 3 minutes, there should be probably 1 3-point shot taken. Attack the basket, attack pull-up jumper, attack pivot through, and layup. You have your, the team that you're playing against in foul trouble. This is a great moment for Guinea to put some points on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they've scored and been impressive, but on the other side now, Senegal with the ball. Khadija Toussar was able to find Timera, who attempts a 3, doesn't drop from the 45 angle. Jallo on the other side just tries to find Kaba. There's pressure inside the paint there from the Senegalese bigs. Sako with the attempt, blocked by Timera. And it will be shooting 3 on the free throw line. Yet another trip here.
And that's really good offense from Guinea. Right now you see Kaba pass the ball out, one dribble attack, and an open 3, and Guinea got fouled, so they'll be rewarded 3 free throws. But exactly, it started with what? Kaba. If you get the ball to Kaba, they're going to collapse on her. If she finds the right player to pass it out, they're going to have an open man.
Guinea starting to add some points on the scoreboard. 7 so far.
And 5 for 6 on the free throw line. So that's probably what they're going to have to do to finish this this quarter out.
You spoke about them trying to attempt those 3s, but who are the go-to players right now that can turn things around for Guinea?
On the floor right now, Jallo needs to step it up. She needs to step it up. She's the captain of this team, and she's trying. That's a lot of pressure, but continue to attack the basket. But Mara, when she comes in, she needs to attack the basket as well. And Camara is doing a great, fantastic job for Guinea right now. She is number 11, and she is a big body forward that can shoot, pass, and post up.
Well, looking at Otis Hewley in his typical fashion, 11 of the 12 players already on the court have gotten a chance and a feel of the game. What does that say in terms of rhythm for this Senegalese side?
I mean, he's going to, because they're, full court pressure, he's going to throw bodies in, and that's going to be a good thing for Senegal down the line to be able to play like that and also have those fresh legs. You go inside, you go on the court, and you give your all, and you come out and rest it, and you do it again. And again, Guinea is getting to that basket. They understand that Senegal is in foul trouble, and this is a great thing. Now it's 15-10 and rewarded 2 free throws, and that's how this team is going to get back. Senegal needs to know that they're in foul trouble and be poised, but Guinea attack the basket.
Well, about 3 minutes ago, it was 13-4, and Guinea have earned 6 points from the free throw line. Impressive there in terms of strategy from the coaches as Fatima Sako converts her first option. We're seeing the conversation there between the coach, Malik Kone, and Ibrahim Toure, the assistant. But what are they now saying, away from just scoring from the free throw line?
I think we're still saying attack the basket, because that's how they're getting their points. And also, attacking the basket, they're not rebounding as much, and they should. Box out a player and get the rebound and get the putback.
Yeah, it is a 3-point game now. 15 for Senegal, 12 for Guinea, as Senegal continue to look for options there inside the paint. Second chance points for Kadiadiatou Sarr.
And that's one thing you asked me about the fresh legs. Already 11 players for Senegal. It could be a great thing to put new players in, but you could see how they have come down and allowed Guinea to get back into the game. So that's something you have to take a chance on if you're throwing new bodies because of the rhythm of the game. They're going to have to know how to play with each other. So if that continues to happen, then you just need to focus.
Yeah, you spoke about the energy that the substitutes bring into the game, and for Guinea, they'll obviously rely heavily on Sako, Jallo, and Kaba, but of course as well as the experience of Fatuli Camara. It is a foul called on Nene, and shooting 2 once again for Guinea.
That puts Guinea in a great position to add 2 more points to the scoreboard. They're 10 for 11 right now, and that's exactly where they got their points from. I've played against Senegal, and I know they are big and they are long, but once you attack them, they're going to either foul or get out your way, and that's the game of basketball. And so for Guinea to come out here and be 11 for 12, right now they are focused on that free throw line, and they know this is the way that they can get points on the board.
Well, I think this should be one of the strategies that any team should look up to going forward. I mean, just in the first quarter, and they've already converted in double digits from the free throw line. Senegal lose possession. There's pressure on the ball from Guinea, and they're starting to get rewarded for it. 1 minute, 47 seconds to play here in the first quarter of the FIBA Women's AfroBasket. Jallo tries to find Kaba. It's a full court press from Senegal. Kaba finds Batuli Kamara, drives into the paint. Is great Senegalese defense. They regain the ball possession. Yassine Diop gets the ball to Kane. Kane with an impressive 6 points already of Senegal's 19.
She's amazing. She's running the floor. She's having her hand up to make sure that her guard sees her run the floor. You always want to reward a post player that is running the floor and being faster than the guard down the floor.
Let's talk about the leadership here of Yassine Diop. You've seen her play consistently for Senegal, but coming into this tournament, what do you expect from her and what do you want to see?
She's the captain of the team. We all know that she can score. We all know that she can defend, but maybe her role this year is a little bit different. She's a veteran now. She's the leader and one of the top players. And so I think she needs to be more vocal and she needs to show an example. We already know what she can do, but maybe she has to create a little bit more, calming the team when they need to be calm, or being that person like, nah, I got that ball, I'm going to take it. So I do think that we're going to see that with her because she has stepped into a new role, in a leadership role in that sense.
Yeah, there you go. Senegal with a ball possession there. Gilad finds Yassine Diop, tries to attempt and go for the three. Kane under the basket is out-muscled by Guinea's very tight defense. Kaba with the ball, looking for options. And Nana Suma is trying to drive into the paint, attack that defense, like you say. They lose the ball. Diled finds Nene, who runs the ball, and easy basket.
And they're going to run because new players are coming off the bench and they have that good rotation. You're going to see them run the floor.
Lapse in concentration there from Guinea on the inbound as Diled tries to drive against Kaba. There's a foul.
This is the first free throw that Senegal would be going to the line in the first quarter, so that's good. They need to get some free throws. But again, they didn't need that. They didn't need to have free throws because they're running the floor, because they're getting steals, because they're making their shots the first time, whether it's in the paint or on the perimeter. So I think in the second quarter, they're definitely going to be attacking the basket more because that's something that they lacked in this first quarter.
Well, there it is. Aisha Mara comes on for Nana Suma with just 22.9 seconds to go. And Diled makes the first one. Score goes up to 22 for Senegal and 13 for Guinea. So breathers in and breathers out. And there it is, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Well, it is, again, a full court press there from Senegal as Diled takes a break, goes to the free throw line. In comes Matilda Diop. And Batuli Kamara attempts and gets her first points here today.
Her game has changed since the last AfroBasket. She has more confidence in her game, and I really like what I'm seeing from Kamara on Guinea.
There it is. She gets a rebound, tries to run down the floor, but doesn't work out. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Senegal 23, Guinea 15 in this proper West African derby inside the Palais des Sports in Abidjan in Côte d'Ivoire. Welcome back from the break. It is the start of the second quarter here as Senegal still have a fine lead against Guinea, who will try to come back into this one. Well, they attempt the three there, doesn't work out. Cho finds Kane, who quickly puts the easy 2 points there for Senegal to make it 25 and a 10-point game.
And I do think that they will continue to do that, run the floor on missed baskets, turnovers, and getting it to get back on defense.
Saka with the ball there, attempts yet another three-pointer, doesn't land. Matilda Diop with the rebound. Cho runs down the court. Kane finds impressive there from Soknanjai.
What an amazing pass right there, finding your open teammate while getting it back on defense.
Well, they mean business here. Senegal, you can see the attitude that they have out of that break. Whatever was said by Coach Otis was very firm there, Ify.
Yeah, they definitely changed their demeanor in the first, 50 seconds of this game. So I think that's going to continue. And that's something that Otis will do. He will fire us up and tell us the real. Like, you guys need to do this. You guys are better. And I know and believe in you. So I definitely do think that that's why Senegal came out blazing right now.
Yep. Jalo finds Kaba on top of the key there to Nafissatou Jack.
They need to get the ball into Kaba. She has a mismatch on her, but we'll take that three from Sako, which they need. But again, Kaba's fighting inside, and she had a smaller guard on her. They need to be able to see that.
There was some acres of space there, and Guinea used it to their advantage. As Yassine Diop on the other side finds Cho. Cho finds Soknanjai. Kane, wow. Impressive. She's up to 11 points here, Kane.
I really like the way Kana plays. She's young, she's smart, she's long and lean, and for her to be the person, the go-getter right now, look at her getting that skill, running the court, passing it, and getting her own layup. It's just amazing to see how young talent is right now. Now, we hope that she is okay.
Yeah, she sees Matilda Diop running alongside her, and Matilda gets her back the ball, tries to attempt to find the glass, and there's a hand on her there from Aisha Mara. But she looks okay now. Kane will go to the free throw line.
I mean, she has great statistics. She's 6 from 9 from the field, 5 for 6 from 2 points, 1 from 3, and she's honestly the one that has stepped up to score for Senegal, and I really like how she's come out here for this first game and has stepped up for Senegal.
Up to 11 points indeed. Only player in double digits here. But if you're Guinea, how do you stop a player like Kane?
It's very hard to stop a player that's very versatile, but I would say just pressure her. Don't allow her to get the ball. Don't allow her to get to her position. And when you're guarding a great and a good player like that, it is hard, but you make yourself even better on defense when you know how to stop someone like that.
There it is. Kaba finds Jalo. As Jalo tries to communicate there for teammates to rearrange themselves, looking for options. It's a zone of defense there from Senegal. They get the ball. Soknanjai, Yassine Diop attempts the three, doesn't get it. Cho with the rebound, second chance opportunity. Matilda, ball has been stolen there from Nafissatou Jack. And Kaba, can she convert against Kane? She does it. 2 points for Guinea.
And that's what you want for Kaba, to get her in the rhythm, to get her in a scoring mentality, because she's going to rebound, she's going to defend, but Guinea needs her to score.
Yassine Diop to Kane on the baseline, doesn't drop. Cho at the top of the key finds Matilda Diop. Yassine on the baseline. Kane, Diop with the attempt from the free throw line, doesn't drop. Jalo runs down the floor there with Suma, and Kaba with, that's Aisha Mara with the basket.
That's 2 fast break points off of Senegal's missed basket that they were able to convert. So I think they're going to continue to come out and try to run the floor and get open baskets. But they're making it too easy for Senegal in the paint. They have to be physical.
Well, it is. They've opened up an 11-point lead here as Aisha Mari continues to attack the basket. It is a foul for Senegal.
And that's what they need to look at. Because they are pressing, they're having their point guard on Kaba and everybody else up that's long in lead. So if they can see Kaba open immediately on that post up, it's going to happen. She's going to get the foul because that's just a height difference and just, yeah.
Well, there it is. 2 team fouls for Senegal. What does Coach Otis need to do to stop that bleeding? Because we're inside 3 minutes here in the second quarter.
I mean, I think, or I don't even know what to say, but I would not be pressuring that much. I would just be pressuring to make the time run off the clock. So I'm not going to full court pressure. I'm just going to zone pressure and just make it hard for Guinea to get the ball to half court. But, you know, I'm just a commentator.
A commentator who played in the WNBA, Ife Ibekwe, of course, with the Seattle Storm and the Los Angeles Sparks, bringing that experience here courtside in the commentary position. Matilda Jupp will be trying to inbound the ball. Some changes on the floor as in comes Fanta Sidibe, who replaces Nafissatou Jack. Dillard, it is a full court press here from Guinea. Nene gets the ball to Matilda, who tries to fake, finds Dillard. Still, they get it to Kane at the top of the key. Dillard tries to ball stolen, and another transitional play here from Guinea, with Kaba getting the ball to Aisha Mara, who downs the 2 points.
Exactly, and that started from Guinea's defense when they were full court pressing and disturbing Senegal's offense to get that steal and convert from a 2-point basket.
There it is, a failed attempt there from Soknanjai as Nene tries to make amends. Guinea, once again, transition. Timera gets to the ball, but Guinea will maintain the ball possession. Are you impressed by the reaction there from Guinea?
Yes, I am. They came out of that timeout and just figured out what they could do better. And what they have done better was get the ball to Kaba and run the floor off of the Senegal's mistakes.
Kaba finds Sako.
Give her space.
Yeah, Kaba up against Soknanjai there at the top of the key. There's a bit of miscommunication. They lose the ball. Well, Senegal themselves have also been putting pressure on Guinea, but an 8-point lead here. Is it too early to say that they're comfortable, Senegal?
It's too early to say because you never know what's going to happen in AfroBasket. You just never know. These are amazing players, great teams that play together, so I wouldn't count anything out right now.
Matilda tries to find Dillard. It's a turnover for Senegal. Guinea, once again with the ball possession. They try to stack the ball real quick. Sako looking for options. Looks like a woman-to-woman defense there. Suma loses the ball. Timera with the steal, tries to attack the basket. Doesn't get the 2 points. And the defensive rebound there from Fanta Sidibe. Soknanjai finds Timera. Good defense there from Senegal to regain the ball. Timera drives on the inside from the left side, and looks like a foul there from Sidibe.
You know, sometimes during a game it gets a little sloppy, and that's when you want your captain or your veterans or your leaders to settle down, settle the atmosphere, settle and be poised. And I think that Lillard will do that.
Yeah,
for Senegal.
She obviously has to do that as the
point guard.
The point guard, or the point guard. As Sar gets onto the floor for the first time here. Kaba finds Jallo. Jallo on top of the key. Comes up against Dillard. There's a foul, offensive foul that has been called. And Senegal will have the ball again. That's the leadership you were talking about.
Exactly. I was just about to say that for Dillard to step up and take a charge. Nobody wants to take a charge, but for a point guard to do that on an attack from Jallo, it just sets the pace and sets the tone. Now, just from off of that, Guinea is back. They're playing defense. They're not pressuring, just from one stop. So,
yeah, and it is 3 team fouls here for Guinea with 6 minutes to play. There's a foul that has been called. And Senegal regroup there, and Guinea as well, just trying to share some knowledge on the way forward. But let's look at the replay there. Timera just trying to drive into the paint, is fouled by Fanta Sidibe.
Yeah, Timera's really good on the cutting. She knows how to play very, very well without the basketball. She's also one of the young ones that come here and give them energy. Even though she hasn't made a lot of her shots, she's attacking the basket, which is making something out of nothing. So I think she's going to continue to do that.
Well, do you feel that she looks like Promise?
No, I don't think they look alike.
Okay, I thought the hairstyle sort of gets them going. Jallo with the 3-point attempt there. Timera with the rebound, involved on both sides of the court, on offense and on defense. Gets the ball to Sarr. Easy 2 points there for Senegal. Again,
they're running the floor. They know that is the game of Senegal, to run the floor and convert off of their opponent's mistake.
Well, Sako and Guinea find a set Senegalese defense here. Zon Jallo with the attempt, doesn't drop. And Poise back on the floor, gets the ball to Dillard. Timera with the attempt from the 3-point line. Poise just trying to block out. And Nene with the attempt. Aisha Mara gets a hold of the ball, but Dillard and Timera are able to force a jump ball here. It is a timeout for both of these teams.
Oh, my bad. Hey, we need to run all the way through. It's working. Est-ce que ça marche? Est-ce que vous avez compris? All the way through. You cannot play your own basketball here. It's a team basketball, and we've been working on it for how many days? It's going to be open. I was telling, turn to the corner. C'est ouvert. Et puis Aisha, tu prends le ballon là, elle vient prendre dans ta main, jump ball. Non, tire le ballon. Come on, we need to wake up. Réveillez-vous. Vous voyez, ils ne sont pas dangereux. Je te dis ça. On est en train de les donner.
En plus, c'est nous de perdre de balle.
Vous avez compris? On ne peut pas les donner ça. Les rebonds, tout le monde. Okay, let's go.
Évitez les pertes de balle, c'est ça.
Well, we're back from that break, and of course both teams trying to see how they can get an edge on the other. But Ifi, what does Senegal need to do to stay in the lead here?
Play how they've been playing. I know they've been having a little bit of mishaps. They have 9 turnovers, make that one their 10th, but they overall have been playing well and together. They have new, fresh legs on the court, so that means if you're on the court, you better defense, and as they're doing right now, full court pressure.
Well, Kane there just trying to steal the ball from that inbound from Kaba. But of course, you spoke so much about her defense and her offense and her versatility.
Yeah.
Do you see her growing into the game? And
absolutely. I mean, she's guarding a Jallo right now as she stands, I'm pretty sure, at 6'2", long and lean. Number 22, Kane, is doing amazing things for Senegal in this game.
Well, there it is, Guinea just trying to get the ball rolling here.
Guinea is not poised whatsoever, and they need to be, not just for this game, but the rest of the tournament. They're going to get pressure, they're going to get bumped, and I'm pretty sure they know that. So I do think that, again, jitters are going to get out, and they're going to be playing in a better rhythm the games to come, but they need to step up in this game.
Well, there it is. Sarr with 2 points. There's a mismatch in the paint.
Yeah. They're going to have those mismatches because Guinea is in a 2-3 zone.
Jallo up against Timera. Dilliard with the pressure on Sako inside the paint. Sarr with the steal and the defensive rebound. Finds Dilliard. He's running down the floor trying to look for options there in the paint. The ball goes to Sarr. Sarr finds Kaba. Timera up against Sidibe. And Sarr with the basket there.
Senegal, they're big bodies. They're going to box out and get the offensive rebounds, but Guinea needs to do a better job to go and get the defensive boards.
Kaba runs down the floor but doesn't get that shot to drop as Kane on the other side finds Poirier from the right side, attempts the jumper, doesn't drop, and Jallo with the defensive rebound there to open up transitional play here for Guinea.
Yeah, Guinea looks a little bit tired. They're not using they're not going into depth in their bench. And maybe they will now when there's 2 subbing in, but they have not yet like Senegal has. Senegal has played all players at this point.
Yeah, there it is, a 3-pointer here for Timera. And they open up the score there, 43 for Senegal and 25 for Guinea. And I think Sako, good reaction there from the Guinean guard.
Yeah, honestly, if I was Sako, I would be on the side of Kaba, because when she passes the ball to Kaba, they double her. Kaba would pass it back out and she would have her open shot. So that's something that Guinea can actually look at to get points on the board. And Mata, and when Camara comes back in, attack the basket.
Well, there it is, Kane trying to attempt another 3-pointer. Poirier inside the paint with the rebound, and it is a foul from Aisha Mara. She quickly goes to speak with the technical bench. And there's some substitutions. Batuli Kamara coming in there with Nana Suma as Fanta Sidibe gets a break. And we can speak to the foul trouble here for Guinea.
It's like the roles has reversed right now.
They are in the red. They are in the red here, Guinea, as Fatou Poy misses her first shot on the free throw line.
That's good. That means that Senegal has been attacking the basket, getting to that free throw line. They're basically doing what Guinea did to them in the first quarter and getting to the basket and getting in foul trouble.
And it is 4 for 8 on the free throw line here for Senegal. They've not had as many trips as Guinea, who on the other side are 12 for 15. Jallo with the ball possession, stolen by Timera. Easy layup to extend Senegal's lead to 45-28 for Guinea.
Timera has been playing amazing. I remember.
Another steal there from Kane, and she's up to 14 points, leading all scorers here on the floor as we head into the halftime break. Impressive basketball from the most decorated team on the African continent, Senegal. 47 for Senegal and 28 for Guinea.
Et nous sommes à la mi-temps de ce match. Sénégal
the action, of course, Guinea trying to shoot from the three-point line. Jallo always trying to find Kaba, and up against Kane and Matilda Job inside that paint.
Yeah, Sako is leading Guinea with 11 points, and they're going to need more and more when they come back out with this half. But Senegal has been killing in every position, inside the paint, from three-pointers, and just passing the ball and being a good team. While they're playing defense, they're finding the open man on offense, and I do think they're going to continue when they come back out in the halftime. 16 points for Kane, and Tamara, she was in the game for 8 minutes, and she has done amazing. You can see her blocking the shot and playing defense. These young players from Senegal are definitely going to be making the way for future promising women's basketball. So Guinea continues to attack the basket and take care of the ball because they are definitely in foul trouble. They have 13 turnovers, excuse me. And so we're going to look how they're going to do when they come back at the half.
Well, for Senegal, it will be impressive for them so far.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Babirye. Oh, what a spin from Babirye! Are you kidding me? She puts Mozambique into a spin cycle. Wow. Encore trying to keep up with Tizian. Oh, look at Musa go up for the rejection.
In a good place.
Oh, how about that? Scooping and hooping. And putting the basketball in his grooves.
Great move by Kong.
Kwankwo, will she add to her tally? Fatima, again, a chance to run. Reem Musa. They're all open three. It's good. 44-30.
Great look, and they finally dropped the basket in.
Good job from the point guard knocking it away, Mbai. Now Jallo gives it back to Kadi Mbai. Now here goes Jallo, flows in, and Caetano, who else? Three seconds, 2 seconds. Satu for three. What a crazy situation.
Wow.
They can't throw the ball in the ocean from three-point range.
Pass to the corner. Back outside, looking to pass it. Makani, oh yeah, boy.
And that's Cameroon basketball, the way that they pass with poise and find that open shot from Makani at that three-point line, and she just nails it.
Dillard, and meanwhile, she goes in, scores. A very difficult shot, is fouled, and that's a chance for a three-point play. Crooms goes in, makes the shot. It's all going horribly wrong for Uganda, but for Rwanda, they are loving life.
Final seconds taken off the clock. Makati, she doesn't hesitate.
Oh!
Oh, you're kidding me! Silky Smooth has done it. She has stroked the three-pointer.
What a shot!
No hesitation.
That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world.
Welcome back from the halftime break. We're back for the second half of this game between Senegal, who are leading 47, and Guinea, who have 28. And Joma Kane has been impressive for Senegal.
Yeah, she has. She has 16 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 steals for Senegal. And she's been playing amazing. She's been playing with confidence. She's come out here new to Senegal at this level and has been just playing. She's been fun to watch, and I know her career moving forward is very promising. She's long and she's lean, and she's definitely going to show up every game for Senegal.
Well, looking at Guinea on the other side, you have Sako leading all the scorers there.
She has 11 points, 3 rebounds, 11 points, 3 rebounds. That she has been the go-to person, player for Guinea. She has stepped up. Here you will see her out on the screen. She has an amazing shot. She's 5 for 5 for free throws and 2 for 4 at 3-point shots. So I definitely think she's going to continue to look for her shot and continue to attack the basket, because that's exactly what she's been doing. We want to see Kaba get into her rhythm, but Sako has been stepping up with what she's doing.
Well, Ify, let's talk about the matchups there. Sako up against Kane. What will that matchup bring in this third quarter before we get started?
Kane is very difficult to guard because she's very versatile. She's long and lean, so Sako just needs to continue to make sure that she's playing defense before, and that's what players want to do. You want to play defense before your player gets the ball, and vice versa, because Sako's been attacking the basket as well and getting her shots, so both of them needs to come out here and play defense before their player gets the ball, so the player won't get the ball and won't score.
Yeah. What is it that you would like to see more from Aisha, Mara, and Kaba, as well as Jalo in this third quarter?
Protect the ball. They have 13 turnovers as a team, and that's too much if you want to compete against a top team like Senegal. You need to be poised, and you need to put some points on the board, and that's exactly what they need to strive to do. Fast break points is 20 Senegal and Guinea 2, so maybe they'll, you know, cause some disruption on defense to get more fast break points for them. But again, don't shy away from what you did great in the first half. For Guinea, that was attacking the basket. That was seeing the mismatch with Kaba and the guards from Senegal and taking your open shots. And for Senegal, you don't really need to change much. You're a great team, you play defense, you rebound, and so they just need to continue to not think, oh, we got this game, but continue to put the pressure, because it's a long tournament.
There it is, the returning 5. Dillard, of course, as a point guard, Kane, Yasin Job, the captain, and Sokna Njai, as well as Sene, who returns for the first time after she was substituted in the first quarter. Should be an interesting matchup there between Sene and Kaba. Well, here we go. The third quarter is underway. Jalo with the ball from the top. And Soknanjai tries to steal it. Batuli Kamara tries to get into the paint, but Sene with the defensive rebound. Dillard runs down the floor, gets into the paint. Yasin Job with the attempt, the jumper. Doesn't drop as Sene gets the rebound. Kane drives, takes the shot, and the first point.
What a shot.
Of the third quarter.
I'm sorry. She's just, she's on my radar right now. She's just a good player overall, and for her to just take on that challenge right now for the first game, she's doing amazing for Senegal with confidence, and you want to see that at a young age. I'm very happy to see what I'm seeing right now with Senegal and her.
Well, she just literally started from where she had stopped at the halftime break as Guinea tried to score, but Senegal gets the ball possession. Kane once again attempts a 3, doesn't drop, it's an air ball. And Sene inside the paint as Nana Suma runs down the clock. Kaba with their first points for Guinea.
Yeah, that's their second fast point break, and you want to see that during the game. Guinea run the floor.
There is a turnover. Sinjab trying to find Sene inside the paint, and they lose the ball, and Guinea will inbound. There's a full court press there from the Girds, but Guinea crossed the line. Jallo, there's pressure from Yassin Diop as Kaba uses the screen there. Jallo finds Suma, who tries to attempt a three-pointer, doesn't drop, and Kane in the right place at the right time under the basket. Turn around there, Dillard for the 3 points. He don't drop.
That would have definitely been a highlight if Dillard would have made that. And again, who is running the tempo for Senegal? It's Kane and all that she's doing. And
there is the FIBA World President, Sheikh Saud Al Thani, who's watching from the stands. Welcome, of course, to the FIBA Women's AfroBasket here in Cote d'Ivoire. Kaba finds Jallo. Jallo looking for options. There's a steal here from Soknanjai. There's not much defense, and she finds the glass. 2 points here for Senegal. There's a 21-point lead here for Senegal, and they try to put pressure on Kaba.
And you could see the Senegalese defense is at its best right now, putting the pressure on Guinea and deflating their will right now. And you could see, we hope that she is okay on the floor. She just got rocked, and again, there's players falling left and right, so we hope that she's okay and gets up.
And she looks like she can walk on the leg, and that's always good news there from Sokna Jai. It looks like there will be a substitution with Poi coming on. Fatou Poi replaces Soknanjai.
I definitely want to see how they're going to give Sene the ball, because, you know, she went out early in the first quarter because she had 2 fouls. Now she's back, so they're going to look to get the ball inside, but not mess with the rhythm that everyone else had when the game has started.
And of course here, Yassin Diop attempts from almost the best line, doesn't drop as Guinea regain the ball possession, tries to steal the ball. Good pressure on Aisha Mara, but Guinea retained the ball. 21 points difference here between the two teams, as Aisha Mara thought she could get the ball to the referee, Aya Ahmed. They laugh it off, of course. Jallo, pressure from Yassin Diop, the top of the key.
Great defense from Yassin Diop right now against Jallo.
Senegal gets that rebound, and Senegal will attack the paint again through Poye. They still have the possession here, Senegal. But good pressure from Guinea out of that halftime break. 3 minutes played here in the third quarter. Yassin Diop with the fake, uses the best line, and there's a foul from Nafissatou Diak.
You just got to stay in front of your defender and slide your feet. You don't want to get in foul trouble early in this third quarter.
And that's exactly what the coach, Malik Kone, is saying to her there on the sideline. Ball goes to Kane once again. Dillard inside the paint. Just tries to find Yassin Diop on the baseline. Attempts a three, doesn't drop. Patuli Kamara with the rebound. She looks for an outlet. Jallo, miscommunication there with Jack. And Senegal get the ball. Dillard finds Yassin Diop, top of the key. Kane from the baseline, doesn't get it. And there's a foul that has been called on Nafissatou Jack.
The reason why Senegal is beating the zone defense of Guinea is because they're putting someone in the middle. When you have someone in the middle in zone defense, it makes someone has to guard it, leave an open offensive player. So you have to know where everybody's at. All white jerseys. are on the floor when you're defending, and Guinea needs to pick it up on defense to, you know, get some rhythm and get some energy and fire in them. Doesn't seem like they have it right now. I mean, yes, the score is 51-30, but 1 or 2 stops and score, it's a different game.
Well, you spoke about the versatility of the Senegalese team in terms of how many players can come in and out. But for Guinea, it looks like they have a heavy workload on their starting 5, and that's beginning to show here in the third quarter.
I mean, it's going to show through the rest of the tournament. I think today would be the day to play as many players as you can, because when it gets to, you know, qualification round, then you're going to settle back into your maybe 7 or 8 players. So I do think maybe getting fresh legs that haven't played. There's 3 people on the Guinea team that haven't played, and maybe giving them some love, because you never know. They can give energy, they can play defense, and, you know, believing in your team now solves a lot of solutions later.
Well, there you go. It is 52 for Senegal, 30 for Guinea, with 6 minutes and 15 seconds to play here in the third quarter, as Batuli Kamara looks for an option on the inbound, finds Jallo. It runs down the floor. It is Aisha Mara who tries to use the board. Doesn't drop. There's a second chance opportunity, and there's a foul that has been called on Sene. And that is her.
And that's her 3rd foul. And again, that's why she got out of the game in the first quarter. But I do think she would stay. It's the third quarter. She has 3 fouls. I think she'll get a couple more minutes, because she is a key factor to Senegal. You do want her to get some reps in this first game and not just have her sitting down and then playing tomorrow. So I think she will stay in a little bit longer, but she definitely needs to be, you know, thinking about her fouls and just playing straight up. But that's Senegal defense, and I think Coach Otis is okay with that, because it means they're being aggressive, you know. So hopefully she gets more touches and just, you know, is calmer the rest of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, in the absence of Fatou Jan, who has played for Senegal since her first AfroBasket in 2019 at home, didn't make the cut, but she is on the staff here, just helping out her teammates and being part of the setup. But of course, for Sene, she goes to the bench. Khadija comes back onto the floor, the young superstar who's being groomed to become one of the most important players for them in the paint. Dilad finds Nene, Timera.
And what did I say? Senegal is finding an open man, because they're bringing someone at that high post and breaking that zone defense for Guinea to have an easy bucket.
There it is for Senegal. Guinea looking for options here. And Khadija gets the rebound. Koye finds Dilad. Dilad runs down the floor. Good eyes there to Timera. And Nene with the attempt from the baseline, doesn't drop. And good rebound from Nana Suma. In an exchange of Rosie Akaba coming down on the ball, but gets it to Jallo. Jallo attacking the defense.
I think one thing that Guinea needs to understand, when you have a post player under the basket and a guard on the other team and a mismatch, please pass them the ball, because that's what frustrates a lot of post players, because they're open. I played the post and the guard, so I know both ways, but when you have a mismatch, you have to use that, because that's a way to get points on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. As we look at the replay there, and Nafissatou Jack seems to be going through a lot of pain. There's a medical team that is coming to attend to her as Sako cheers her on. But she's up on her feet. She's a fighter, and will get treatment on the bench.
When anybody from your training staff comes on the court, that's an automatic sub, and you have to go to the bench, even though we thank God that she is okay. So she'll be able to come back in the game, I feel.
And here we go. Woman-to-woman defense here as Guinea tried to get the ball into the paint. But Batsuli Kamara saves the ball for Guinea, tries to take on Koye, but there's help here from Senegal. And Cho, who's back on the floor, gets the ball to Koye, who finds Timera inside, who finds Nene inside the paint, and there's a foul. And it is foul trouble there for Guinea once again.
One thing that I've seen differently in this Senegal team is the way that they have passed the ball. Before they're taking a shot, 4 players are touching the ball, cutters are cutting, screeners are screening, and I think that's another way that they have been playing well. I've never seen good passing at this level with Senegal.
Yeah, absolutely. It must
really
be
good.
that touch from Otis, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
well, you know, I think it's
probably.
here. There it is, of course, for Senegal. 50% on the free throw line as Nene drops the second one. And now we have a 24-point lead. When you're a coach, what are you telling your players here if you're the coach of Guinea?
You have to give your all. That's all. You know you're down, so there's no rush. Get to your spots and play well. And one thing that they haven't been doing, they haven't been rebounding at all. They've been settling for outside shots, and then there's nobody in the paint to rebound except for Kaba, and she's been battling since the tip-off. So give her some help, guards. Go in, get one guard back. The rest of the guards, go in and rebound and help your post players.
Yeah, absolutely. They've managed 22 rebounds here, Guinea, compared to Senegal's 36. That speaks to the difference and why the score looks like it is. Batsuli Kamara, of course, tries to find the basket. Yassine Diop with the rebound just gets Senegal to settle down as they look for options here.
If Guinea's going to take a fast shot, making sure that it's directed going to the basket. I think Guinea needs to understand that they are down, and if they're going to take a fast shot, make it a layup. If you settle for jump shots and no one's there to rebound, you're not giving your team the best chance to recover.
That forced error there from Yassine Diop looked like there was a bump in connection, but Guinea will have the ball. Kaba, the top of the key. Zuma finds Sako. Sako tries to go up against Cho. Gets the ball into the air, but doesn't drop. Yassine Diop with the rebound. Cho from the right side finds Khadija Faye, who uses the board. Easy 2 points.
Easy 2 points, the way that Senegal is running the floor from the start of the game to even now 3 minutes left in the third quarter. They haven't let up, and that's what you want to see from great teams.
Well, Batsuli Kamara just trying to do everything possible there on offense, but the Senegalese defense stops her. They'll have to work harder there, and there's a timeout on the floor. 58 for Senegal, 34 for Guinea, as we see Coach Otis speaking to Khadija Faye and getting some instructions over to her.
To pin it, she's wide open, jumps up and kick for her. C'est pas sorry dans ça. Sorry, we're gonna sorry after the game. C'est ça je dis, ball movement, player movement. Drive and kick out for your teammate. Il faut bouger le ballon. This is team sport. On peut pas jouer un contre un. You cannot do that.
Well, Guinea are back from that timeout, hoping to put the coach's instructions into play here against Senegal. But Ify, what can they do to make amends here?
I think they have to do a couple of little things take care of the ball. They have a lot of turnovers. Offensive rebounds, they are lacking by -10 to Senegal. And seeing the mismatches that they have and getting the ball to Kaba, her understanding she will get double, pass it out, and take your open shot. And that's exactly what they just did. So if they continue to do that, they're playing at the pace of Senegal when they don't need to. Play at your own pace and understand, get some stops, run in transition, and get some points on the board.
Well, Nana Suma, obviously, with those 2 points just coming out of the break will give them confidence. And now on the other side, they get the defensive rebound. Kaba finds Jallo, and she attempts that 3. Doesn't drop, but Senegal regain the ball.
That's just not a good shot for Guinea right now in this quarter and how they're playing. For a point guard, your starting point guard, set your team up and get the ball in the best player at the best position and get some good stops and scores.
Yeah, there it is, Senegal looking for options. They try to get the ball to Khadija Faye, but a long pass that is swept away by Guinea. 22 points here, Kaba. Kaba finds Nana Suma. Suma gets the ball to Kaba, who tries to shoot over Khadija Faye, and the shot drops. Beautiful shooting there, of course, from Guinea. That is their 3rd 3-pointer here, Guinea, and they'll regain the ball. There's some changes on the floor as Dillard comes back, as well as Khadijatu Sarr. Full court press here from Senegal. Back at it. Let's look at the action. Jallo up against Cho, crosses the line, looking for options. So Sako finds a way on the best line. Kaba gets the ball to Sako. Sako beats Dillard. Good decision there, but guess who's there? Kane runs down the floor, finds Cho. Yasinjop recovers the ball, and Kane gets the ball to Cho as they continue looking for options here. Sarr keeps it alive, but Jallo with the steal, and she'll wait for her teammates, telling them to reset. Kaba at the top of the key, takes the attempt, and that's her 2nd straight 3-pointer here.
And if you want Kaba to do that, and she's shown that she could shoot, continue to run the same play for her, because if that's the way that she's going to get into this game, then 6 points are from 3-point shots.
Well, consistency is the name of the game here, Ify. As Senegal miss that shot attempt there from Sarr. Jallo back at the top of the key. Kaba moving with Jallo, tries to turn around, and it's a walk. Senegal with the ball. It's that inconsistency that should concern the coach here, Ify.
Yeah, I mean, they're having difficulties at the laps. They're doing great, and then they, get the turnovers, and they don't box up, and then they're doing great. So Guinea needs to get in a rhythm and play at the pace of their own game.
Aisha Mara is back on the floor, and Fanta Sidibe will take a break here for Guinea. Dillard finds Cho. Kane, Yasinjop from the best line, tries to attempt, but Kaba is there, and 2nd chance points here for Senegal.
Yeah, Senegal is going to the offensive board. They're 4 are going, 5 are going, and that's why they're up on rebounds against Guinea with 40 rebounds.
Very
That's
impressive.
really good.
Yeah, very good. Batuli with the 3-point attempt to close out this 3rd quarter. 60 for Senegal, 42 for Guinea. 18-point lead for the most decorated team on the African continent, Senegal. It's the end 3rd quarter. We'll be back. Welcome back from that break. There's a QR code on your screen, courtside 1891, where you can watch the games. But let's look at Masene Kaba and her contribution here to Guinea. She's been impressive. You expected that coming into the game, obviously, and spoke about her importance in the game.
Yeah, she had to step it up. I mean, she ended the first half really on the low, but now she has 15 points and 5 rebounds, so she has stepped it up. But then again, they're looking for her, and that is the key. She is one of the key players. She is the key player of this team. So if you're looking for her and she's attacking and she's scoring and she's bringing up the ball and she's rebounding, she's giving her all at this end of the day. So just help her out with that. But I'm glad that this is something that they changed as a team.
Well, Guinea, they'll not be happy with that. They got the ball back because of good defense, and then they had an enforced era and lost the ball possession.
You never want to come out of a timeout and make a, a play like that and lose the ball. That's one thing I know coaches do not like. That means you weren't executing and you weren't paying attention.
Well, great move there from Sarr, who tries to find the basket, but doesn't work out for Senegal. And it is a jump ball here, and you can see Otis sideline, just of course trying to continue to bring his philosophy to this Senegalese side. Guinea with the ball possession. Jallo crosses the line, and she's trying to look for options here. Sako on the left gets the ball to Kaba. There's heavy defense on Kaba. Sarr, there's help from Dillard and Kane nearby, keeping an eye on Kaba. They know that she's the go-to player, and they'll try to stop her.
Yeah, Senegal has definitely been putting the pressure on defense from start to finish, but we do like that. Guinea is, they're trying, you know. This is the first game, and no matter if they're down right now, just finish as hard as you can, play hard, because that is going to translate to the next game tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. How you start in a tournament, a competition like this one, goes a long way in terms of the eventual results. She's 3 teams in Group C: Senegal, Guinea, and Uganda. Jallo with the ball, top of the key, attempts a 3-pointer, and it drops. It is the 4th here for Guinea,
and you want to see her put some points on the board for her confidence alone.
Yeah, absolutely. Somna Jai just starting off from where she stopped when she went off the court injured. Kaba gets the ball to Sako, trying to cross that line and avoid the time violation. Jallo inside the paint, gets to Kaba, and it is an easy basket there for Kaba. Points for Kaba as Guinea tried to do away with the Senegalese pressure on offense. 62 for Senegal, 46 for Guinea. Batuli with the steal there, gets the ball to Kaba, he gives it to Jallo. Batuli Kamara inside the paint, finds Aisha Mara. Sako with a 3-point attempt. Kane back on the floor, runs down the floor, tries to find Nene, and she doesn't drop those points. Kaba finds Batuli Kamara, tries to use the board, doesn't. 3 Senegalese players inside the paint, and Yassine Diop, Captain Fantastic, with the steal. She gets the basket.
One thing about Senegal, they know how to convert off of their opponent's mistake. Guinea had an opportunity to get a 2-point basket, but then missed baskets have been the story of this game for them. If they could just take their time and breathe when they're at the basket, you're either pump fake or go up strong. They're gonna foul you.
But it is 7 minutes and a half to go here in the last quarter as Kane tries to stop Jallo. It's that pressure that they've continuously been putting on the ball. Sokna Jai here defending the inbound. Cover gets the ball inside the paint. There's a pick there from Poye. Kane finds Dillard. Dillard cuts through. Yassin Job. And the basket.
I mean, those two have a great on-court chemistry. Dillard, number 8 for Senegal, and Diop, the captain. They have been playing together since last AfroBasket, so they know where they're at on the court. Again, pass to her and having fun, even though she missed it.
Well, that no-look pass would have been definitely on the highlight reel there if Job had dropped those 2 points. Dillard gets the rebound. Just tries to calm the game down and get Senegal to relax and set up. It is woman-to-woman defense here inside the paint. Sopnajai gets the ball, turns around, easy basket.
Yeah, I mean, they are breaking the 2-3 zone of Guinea because they're sending a post player or a guard to that free throw line to disrupt and make it open on that defense for Guinea. And every single time, they have scored.
Well, Senegal have been very lethal in this game. They've managed to achieve almost everything that they set out to do. They have a 22-point lead with 6 minutes, 33 seconds to play here in the last quarter. But Ify, what are the positives you get from this Guinea team that they can use in these last 6 minutes?
I mean, they're just a team that hasn't gave up. Yeah, you could see the difference when a team has given up. Even though their energy has been a little bit deflated, they haven't given up about what they do in their system. I do think when they came out this half, they got the ball to Kaba. Jallo stepped up and hit a few threes. They're getting to the basket. They're just not finishing, whether that's, you know, being tired or thinking you're going to get blocked. They're getting there. I just think that they need to...
Well, look at Kane. You've really liked the way that she's played, but look at the block there, her involvement on defense, but also on offense as well.
Yeah, I mean, Kane, she's just been great for this Senegal team, and I do think that she's going to continue every game learning the pace of women's AfroBasket and how it's physical. She has 18 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Amazing.
She could chest a triple here.
She might get one at the end of this tournament. Yeah. She might get one at the end of this this tournament. You never know.
Yeah, and some changes there on the floor. Of course, Timera is back on the floor for Senegal. Fresh legs. Let's see what she can bring to this Senegalese side. But Guinea with the ball. Kaba tries to get the ball, and Jallo saves it at the top of the key as drives into the paint, bits Timera, but Sopnajai is in the right place at the right time. Cho down the lane. Poye finds Sopnajai from the 45%, drops the basket.
I just think that's a lack of defense on Guinea's side to have a wide-open shot in the paint for Senegal. Of course they're going to make that and then turn the ball over. It's just not what you want to do with 5 minutes left. And then foul. So Guinea needs to come together as a team. Like, they have 5 minutes left, play hard, and finish the game well.
Yeah, that is 15 steals here for Senegal. They've been impressive, but the 1 and 2 there between Poye and Sopnajai, impressive as she goes to the free throw line. Doesn't make it, gets her own rebound, finds Poye, who makes the basket using the glass. They're completely running away with this one, Ify.
Yeah, they are. You can see that they are not letting up. And props to Senegal. They could have relaxed and say, oh, we're up. And, you know, when teams are like that, they make some mistakes, but they have not yet. And they have been playing hard since tip-off. And you like to see that consistency with Senegal or any top team in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely speaks to the character of the coach, Otis Hewley Jr., who is in charge of Senegal here, just trying to make sure that they win every game that they play in this tournament. And now they've extended their lead to 30 points. Well, you've been coached by Coach Otis Hewley Jr.
Yeah.
and you'll be telling us after this timeout what you think he's saying to the players. Looking at the play there from Kane, she's been the go-to player here for Senegal and really impressive from every angle as Guinea restart the play here in the fourth quarter. Jallo with the attempt from behind the arc. Matilda Job with the rebound. Shaw finds Poe. Poe drives into the paint, finds Khadija Faye. Faye goes up against the Guinean defense and drops the 2 points.
One of the things that I see from Senegal is the way that they've been passing the ball with each other from inside out, outside in, and getting really the best option and best look at the basket.
Well, you spoke about their sisterhood off the court, and that's what is at play here. They've known each other for a while. They've been in camp for weeks preparing for this occasion. And that is coming into play here as Kaba tries to prepare herself to inbound that ball. In comes Batuli Kamara, and it will be Aisha Mara Jallo on the floor here with Sako to try and see what they can salvage from this game. They're back to their starting 5.
I do think that Guinea understands that this is the pace and the aggressivity of this whole tournament, and they're going to come out the next game, like understanding what they need to contribute and do in order to win.
There's a foul on the floor there, Matilda Job, and 14 fouls for Senegal. It is a fast foul as Senegal reassess their defense. They step back a little bit, still woman to woman. Zona defense there. Kaba finds Jallo. Jallo, there's a double team there from Khadija Faye and Matilda Job. They lose the ball.
Yeah, when you get in the corner, it's a dead zone. You're actually blocked by 2 Senegal jerseys and then the perimeter of out of bounds. You never want to get stuck in the corner and hold the ball because you're at a loss. And when you see your teammate right there, like, show her that you're open.
Yeah, they will definitely look into that. Khadija Faye tries to go up and fouled by the bigs of Guinea. Batuli Kamara is at fault for that one.
I like the stature of number 25. She is aggressive every time she comes in against 2 players, but she made her move and went straight up, and now she's rewarded 2 free throws.
And she misses the first one there. We saw a bit of a slow start for Senegal on the free throw line earlier in the first quarter, but they've since made a couple of trips, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for Khadija Faye.
Playing in 2 Afro-baskets, there's a couple of key things for a win. Rebounding, defense, and who's going to get to the line more.
Well, I'll tell you that Guinea went to the line more than Senegal in this game, but it hasn't amassed too much here against former champions.
No, 2 out of 3. Senegal is out rebounding them and playing aggressive defense, so they want more in those 3 categories, and that's why they are up.
Here it is, 4 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. It is a 33-point difference between Senegal and Guinea. Senegal can almost smell that victory, almost. But of course, stranger things have happened in the game of basketball. Now Jallo finds Kaba. There's a jumble there, trying to find the ball. Khadija Faye gets the steal, finds Cho. Cho gets to Poi. Matilda Diop from the top of the three-pointer.
I remember Matilda Diop. She is a good player. She's a shooter on that team, and she's also big and long. So we will see her post up, but her go-to is on the perimeter.
Yeah, she's starting to feel comfortable, and that started from her defense and just being able to transition into offense. You can see the confidence starting to build up there for Matilda Diop, but great hard work there from Senegal to force Guinea to lose that ball.
Yeah, and I really like that Coach Otis from the Senegal national team has played every single player to let them understand this is how it's going to feel, this is the pace of the game, and this is what you're going to have to do.
And there it is, Timera with obviously fresh legs coming off the bench. Quick 2 points there for Senegal to make it 84. Tussle for the ball there, Jallo. Jallo finds Batuli Kamara, who tries to get the ball to Kaba. Stolen by Foye inside the paint. And Matilda Diop tried to get the ball to Foye, but Guinea will regain the ball possession. 2 minutes, 57 seconds to go. And both coaches calling the timeout. But what do you think Coach Malik Kone is telling his players in that timeout?
Just to finish strong, you have 2 minutes and 57 seconds left. It's 84-46, and they've only scored 4 points in the fourth quarter. So I think he's telling them to continue to be aggressive. Go to the basket, get the foul, do it exactly what you did in the first half, which was get to the basket by being aggressive. And I think that's the only way they can finish this game out strong and make sure they're taking care of the ball and not turning it over.
Well, as a player, if you were on the Senegalese team, how do you want to start a tournament like this one, especially when you're carrying a title as one of the title contenders?
I mean, they have started really well. I think this game is definitely going to give them confidence. They played all their players, so every single player played with another player, so that gives you confidence for the next game to know and understand that chemistry. I think they have played very well. We all know Senegal is one of the top teams in Africa, and I'm impressed by what I saw today.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, Guinea will face Uganda tomorrow, and Senegal will have an off day, which kind of explains why the coach is trying out all the players, giving them options in terms of combinations, and you can see that in the way that he's been making the substitutes. It is Guinea's ball right now, and Jallo on the outside trying to get inside. Khadija Faye steals the ball, gets it to Matilda Diop. Poi with a three-point attempt, doesn't drop. Timera with the rebound. Cho.
If you're Senegal, you just want to run the clock. There's no rush in anything. Get the right shot. That's going to be best.
There you go, Timera with another attempt from the three-point line. Well, Senegal have only managed 4 threes here out of 21 attempts, but there's nothing much to worry about because they're really in the lead here with 2 minutes and a half to go.
One thing I know about the game of basketball, even if it's 4 for 20 something, keep shooting because it's gonna fall. And they might make even 10 tomorrow, but the fact that they were open and they were confident in their shot, that's not a bad shot.
Yeah, absolutely. So there you go. Guinea still have the ball possession. Of course, you can see from the way that Guinea are playing, they're continuing to put pressure on Senegal, and when they have the ball, just looking for those options to score. Jallo finds Batuli Kamara. Looks to be a cutter on the baseline. Kaba up against Timera. It's a mismatch. 2 points. 84 for Senegal, 48 for Guinea. Poi on the best line. Matilda Job finds Khadija Faye, who turns around. There's defense there from Batuli and Kaba.
She has strong, great moves. That's her always getting her to the free throw line, and I'm just in awe of how poised she is when she gets to the basketball. She dribbles left, turns and spins and goes up.
Well, she's come through the youth system there in Senegal. They have one of the best on the continent, and we can see Batuli Kamara with her third personal foul and 3 team fouls for Guinea. 1 minute, 50 seconds to go. Khadija Faye, 5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. And with that free throw, makes it 6 points. They still have the ball possession. Chow, Timera. Timera finds Matilda, drives into the paint, attacks, and gets those 2 points on the board. She's been knocking on that door, and she's up to 5 points here. Matilda Job. Shamara, it's an air ball. Matilda Job, the right place, gets the rebound, gets the ball to Chaw, who's now the point guard in the absence of Dilad. Just running the floor and making sure that they run down that clock in their favor. Like you said, Iffy, no pressure.
No pressure. I mean, that was a good foul from Jallo to stop the clock and stop a potential layup basket.
There's a change on the floors. Batuli Kamara takes a break, and in comes Saran Tohonamu for first minutes of the game. Poi on the bench, and Nene is back. Nene Njai. Senegal with the ball. Nene Njai gets the ball to Timera. Matilda Job attempts the 3, doesn't drop. Nene Njai gets the rebound, tries to score from the best line. Khadija Faye in the right place. Gets the ball up in the air, drops the basket. Beautifully done.
She's a great backup for Sene when Sene's in foul trouble. She comes off the bench, number 20, Faye, and she just does work. She has a big body, very strong as she goes up and she gets fouled.
She doesn't shy away from responsibility, Khadija Faye, and now goes back to the free throw line where she's 2 for 4. Makes her third from the free throw line, and she's up to 9 points. Just one shot of double digits. There's a double team there from the Senegalese defense. And Guinea lose the ball possession. 54.8 seconds to play. 90 for Senegal, 48 for Guinea. And there's a timeout on the floor. Well, you can hear the fans inside the Palais des Sports here in Abidjan, in Côte d'Ivoire. They've come up early, but let's look at the numbers.
Yeah, 14 out of 17 free throws against 15 of 59 on field goals, and that's 25%. You're not really going to win a basketball game like that. So I do think that Guinea understands that, and they'll be able to come back out and do well. So Kaba has 19, Sako has 11, and Jallo has 7, and they need more from their bench.
Well, indeed, they need more. We came into this game knowing that those will be the go-to players for Guinea, but the heavy dependence on Jallo, Kaba, and of course Aisha Mara means that against a Senegalese team that is very versatile, it will at some point not work out. But there you go with a huge Senegalese presence. Paco, the legendary fan of Senegal who travels to every country in the stands as usual, supporting the team. Here we go, back for the last seconds of the game. Cho with the ball, gets it to Nene Njai. Nene back to Cho. Tinene at the top, trying to look for options. Timera tries to drive into the paint, finds Matilda Job, who fakes, tries to find Khadija Fai inside the paint again, takes up against the Guinean forwards.
And again, how many Senegalese players touched the ball? They ran the shot clock. They understood that they're already up. Let's just work on our plays. Let's work on our fundamentals. Let's work on our position and timing and our screens and passing. And that's exactly what they've been doing all game. And now they can reward themselves for 2 free throws because every single player has touched the ball. And that's the way to play basketball.
Well, there you have it. Of course, Khadija Fai with an opportunity to make it double digits for her here today. Misses the first one on the free throw line. But for Senegal, you can feel that they've done the work. They're close to that victory, and there it is. 10 points for Khadija Fai.
She did well, way to step up and be ready to play the first game when your veteran is on the bench with 3 fouls. And it's nice to see that they could go into depth, and I think Coach Otis knows that, and that's why he's been playing these young players, because when the legs are going to get tough, and this is going to be a tough tournament, he has the confidence to, you know, throw those players in, because sometimes when it's a tight game and a championship game or a qualification game, your coach needs to have that, you know, that belief in you. And because he's starting early, I think that's a great call out for Senegal.
Yeah, absolutely. Chow misses her first one on the free throw line, just hoping to increase that score. 22.2 seconds to go. And Chow makes her second attempt. They're up to 92 Senegal compared to 48 of Guinea. Couple of changes on the floor. You talked about an opportunity to give other players a chance to play. Catherine Keita is on the floor. Tohonamu as well. And Salimatu Sila getting her first minutes here today.
I just think that's too late in this game. Kaba kind of hasn't really taken a break. So her legs are going to be dead, so she needs to definitely get some rollout, get with the trainer after this game. But this is the course of the game. It's going to be physical, it's going to be hard, and they're going to come out tomorrow and play against Uganda. And I think it's going to be a different game.
Yeah, absolutely. Uganda, of course, just will be flying in from Egypt, where they've been camping, but there it is. The first game of the FIBA Women's AfroBasket 2025 is done and dusted. 92 for Senegal, 48 for Guinea. A first victory here for Otis Hewley Jr. and the Lionesses of Teranga, who will be pleased with their performance and just happy to get that victory in Group C.
It's been an amazing game to watch. This is the first game of this 2025 Women's AfroBasket, and it's been a joy to watch and commentate. The energy here in this building is on fire, and Senegal played amazing. You can see Coach Otis on the screen, and now the fans of Senegal is cheering. And I do think that they understand that this win was important. It was the first game. They get to rest and get off their feet tomorrow. They played full court defense from start to finish. And so I do think they're going to have this. They're going to be happy about this, but they know that it's a long road to the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see them appreciating the Senegalese fans who are known to stay in the area where we are in Trècheville, in Abidjan, in Côte d'Ivoire. They'll be pleased with that performance and just happy that they can see their national team playing here in Côte d'Ivoire. Celebration there, of course, for the fans, for the officials, and this great basketball nation and great sporting nation of Senegal. They've been impressive. They've done everything possible to make their country proud in this Senegalese derby. But let's look at the numbers. 61% from the field here for Senegal, 28 from Guinea, 19% from the three-point line, but also Guinea being out-rebounded, 34 for them and 53 for Senegal. And the turnovers.
Yeah, they're going to have to take care of the ball. In this competition, in this league, they have to take care of the ball. Kane, amazing, had 20 points, and Kaba for Guinea had 19 points. And you could see the rest of the top scorers of each team. And again, for Kane to come out here and play amazing, she's going to do well. I mean, all game long, it's been a battle for both teams. And you can see here Kaba, who finished the game strong, started off a little bit shaky, but she did finish strong. It was an amazing game to see. I mean, it was the first game of this tournament. They got, you know, their jitters out, the nervousness, the dead legs from traveling. Senegal was pressuring from start to finish and really found a way to capitalize and beat Ghana just by attacking the basket, getting the right player in the right spot, and turnovers.
Yes, absolutely. Those turnovers, of course, just speak to the defense that Senegal were able to put together. 20 steals for Senegal at the end of the day, and just contribution all round from all the players here on the Senegalese team. Poye, of course, in there. Khadija Faye, who came alive in the second half of the game. Timera, who came off the bench a couple of times to contribute on offense, but also had defensive features, were able to separate this team all around.
31 points on fast breaks to Guinea's score. I mean, we're going to continue to see that with Senegal. They played well. They're leading with the win and confidence.
There are 45 bench points there for Senegal. Impressive for the record African champions up against Guinea in a West African derby that made a huge difference here today in this fixture. Well, there it is, the standings of Group C. Senegal, of course, go up top with 2 points after that victory against Guinea, who was second. Uganda are yet to play a game here. They face Guinea tomorrow on Sunday inside the Palais des Sports in Abidjan in Côte d'Ivoire here at the FIBA Women's AfroBasket 2025. Well, that's it. We'll be back for the next game.